So, had a few drinks, a little water, a few. But anyway, I thought I would attempt story time and interruption. But anyway, continuing. Ooh. So, 11 years ago, I jumped in front of a car. I wouldn't never do that these days because, well, back then I didn't really think about the person, didn't think what it could do. But anyway, that didn't do any damage, but I can't really tell. But I got ripped apart in my elbow and arm. Got my arm ripped apart. Anyway, I had surgery. I had a metal bolt plate and screws from my arm. I was all fine. I couldn't move my arm for a while. But anyway, 11 years later, 10 years later, this was last year, where I had problems with my arm. I got a really sore arm for 2 weeks. It looked like it was really swollen. When you touched it, it just felt kind of like it had fluid in it. I didn't go to the doctors for 2 weeks because I was just too tired and didn't want to leave the house, depression and shit like that. Eventually I went to the doctor and he said that I had an infection in my arm and I needed to go to hospital. I didn't want to go to hospital because I was planning to have some alcohol later on that day. I didn't say that, but I just said maybe to go tomorrow. But it was like, this is serious, this should be fatal. So I thought, I may as well go to the hospital, whatever. They did scans there, found out the bolts and screws were infected. So 4 hours later I had surgery. They removed the bolts and screws, but there was a mishap where a bit of screw got stuck in my arm or whatever. And so they were like, you have to take antibiotics for the rest of your life. I thought that was just shit because I'm in my late 30s. How am I going to do that? But a follow-up appointment after 3 months of antibiotics, they just said I just have to watch it for the rest of my life. I'm off the antibiotics. And if I get a fever, whatever, that's just what it is. And